Now, here's your Farm and Ranch Report from the Western Ag Network.
Hi everybody, it's time for your Farm and Ranch news. Well, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has extended the hours of service emergency declaration again, this time until August 31st. Now, the announcement, they say, is a direct result of a continued request for the extension by livestock organizations like the National Cattlemen's Beef Association to help ensure our livestock haulers are able to safely and efficiently do their jobs. NCBA says livestock haulers play a very important role in the U.S. beef production system by transporting cattle across the country and making sure that our meat cases remain stocked with nutritious and delicious beef. Unfortunately, though, current federal law imposes a significant burden on livestock haulers and risks negative animal welfare solutions. In some other news today, diesel prices smashed another record last week with prices hitting $5.58 now in some parts of the country. Patrick Dahan, head of petroleum analysis for GasBuddy, told Farm Journal that the price spike is largely due, though, to a shortage of refining capacity and not a shortage of oil.
The nation dealing with about 1 million barrels a day less of capacity than we had just 3 years ago. That's the equivalent of about 5%. So not only is oil a problem with sanctions on Russia's oil, but turning that oil into something like gasoline and diesel is also now a choke point.
And with a possible diesel shortage looming, he says diesel prices for both on-road and off-road aren't forecast to see a dramatic drop anytime soon. Not exactly the news our farmers and ranchers were hoping to hear as other input costs continue to soar as well. Stay with us. We'll have more ag news right after this. Join the Wyoming Stock Growers Association as they celebrate their 150th anniversary of serving the livestock businesses and families of Wyoming. It all takes place June 8th through the 11th in Cheyenne. Learn more and get registered by visiting the Wyoming Stock Growers Association's website.
Beef farmers and ranchers around the country are implementing land-conserving, wildlife-protecting, award-winning environmental efforts. Learn more about how beef farmers and ranchers are rethinking the ranch.
Well, following a court ruling back in January, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service was required to reevaluate 3 separate petitions requesting the emergency listing of the Yellowstone bison under the Endangered Species Act. And following their second review, the agency found that the petitions brought forth enough evidence supporting the listing of the Yellowstone bison. This has led to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to pursue a status review on the species. Following the conclusion of the 12-month review process, the agency will release their findings and determine the species status. In the meantime, the Public Lands Council says listing of the Yellowstone bison could affect grazing allotments surrounding Yellowstone National Park in Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana. And you can bet this will be just one of the many topics talked about this week in Cheyenne during the Wyoming Stock Growers Association's 150th anniversary convention at Little America. And finally today, it looks like the U.S. Meat Export Federation says despite a lot of headwinds, global demand for U.S. red meat remains strong and will break the value record of nearly $19 billion set in 2021.
Despite all of this, demand is almost record-breaking. It's fantastic in a lot of these markets, and it's demand not in just any one market. It's broad-based growth that we're seeing.
And again, this is certainly some very good news for beef, lamb, and pork producers here in Western Ag Network country. That's a look at your farm and ranch news. Have a great day.